Interviews return on Back of the Net with a Cherries hero. He's a record-breaking goal scorer, scored 9 in our biggest ever win, plus has a stand named after him at Dean Court. As well as Bournemouth, Ted MacDougall played for some big teams, including Manchester United, West Ham and a Norwich City side in their prime. We've been lucky to have spoken to Ted on a number of previous occasions. The links for those videos are in the description. But here today, the main man returns to talk about Bournemouth being 5-0 up in the FA Cup at half-time. Was he worried about the 11-0 record? His thoughts on Gary O'Neill being replaced by Andoni Iraola. Some observations on the American takeover at AFC Bournemouth. Could Dom Solanke go on to be the best ever Cherries striker? Plus, Ted himself roasts Back of the Net. It's not going to be pretty. As ever, you can do us a massive favour by liking and subscribing, but for now, let's get on with the show. Hello and welcome to this special programme here on Back of the Net. There's a couple of familiar faces on screen. My name's Sam Davis.
I'm Tigz.
And also, we've got the legend, the man that is.
Tom Jordan.
Tom Jordan.
Ted MacDougall. How are you, sir? You all right?
Absolutely fantastic. Thanks for the invitation.
You know what, Ted? I was thinking about you recently.
Oh, God, were we on the toilet or something? Or?
A certain FA Cup game. I was thinking, hang on, we're 5-0 up at half-time here. Can we? Because it was 5-0 against Margate at half-time, wasn't it?
I don't know. I think I got 4. That's all I was worried about.
But in this day and age, that's never going to happen, is it?
I don't think it can ever happen again, can it, Ted? That kind of scoreline?
You always think that records are there to be broken.
Yeah.
And I always thought that, earlier. But because of the professionalism of kind of the lower leagues and the way the game's gone, I think it might be hard to do that now.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
When you played Margate on that day, did they? I mean, obviously there are a few guys. Did they start to retreat, or did they still keep that?
Well, there was no high lines.
No, I know there was high lines, but yeah.
Yeah. No, it was. I remember the manager prior to the game was saying that we haven't done anything special for Bournemouth or for him, and at the end of it, I think they had the centre half was, if I remember, was the next Southampton player, and he. I don't think they changed anything. But I was saying to you before, Tigz, that it wasn't a coach's game. It was about the players, and that's all you had. Maybe 11v11, maybe one sub. So you couldn't change the concept of the game. You couldn't change that we go defensively now. Yeah. We can hold on for this or go forward because we've got extra 2 forwards on the bench. It's completely different. And I suppose the FA Cup in those days that had like equal preference to the league, didn't it? Like nowadays, if you're in a certain position in the league, say for instance if Bournemouth were on the cusp of the relegation zone or whatever, the FA Cup is meaningless. So if you're 5-0 up at half time, you're thinking, okay, let's take Dom off, let's take all our players off that we need. Whereas in those days, I suppose it was more equal. It's sad that they've devalued it to that respect, but I get it. I understand that. But at the end of the day, you better not be saying that to the Wrexhams and all the other people they're aspiring to kind of be, to play Manchester United. Yeah. They're playing Liverpool, and it's like a chance of just looking at these people close and personal, because players are fans too, and they go, wow, I'd love to play against them. And to have that opportunity to just, I can be a star.
Yeah.
I can make my, even if it's just locally, maybe I can go in for the rest of my life getting free beers. Who knows?
Well, yeah. And it's like you were talking about substitutes there as well. And I suppose that's a big difference as well, because you've got squads now. People are looking for game time.
Well, I've played in goals. I played in goals for York in the 4th Division, and diving at the feet of 6'3" centre forwards with no teeth who just kept their own granny, and that wasn't fun. And they asked me, well, can you do that again? I said, no, I'm not doing that again. No gloves. It was cold, And so it was, you know, people say, I'm not one of those that say that oh, it was better in my day. No, it wasn't. You know, the grounds and the pitches and see that American slip there, field?
Yeah.
You heard that one, right?
So you're going to be calling them jerseys as well, right?
Are you, on the uniforms, you know? And no, I just find that it was really, the game was different.
Yeah.
You know, it wasn't, I wouldn't say it's better, it was worse, it was different. I mean, people say, well, how would you go on with these fantastic pitches? Well, I said, well, I might have a problem because I would have nothing to blame. Yeah. Because when you old days, you're looking at, oh, no wonder I missed the chance. The ball bubbled like this, you know, I was just going to shoot or whatever. Oh, look at that. You know, I mean, no wonder. You know, now it's like, and I see them do it today and go, well, it's not good looking at the pitch.
It's not the pitch's fault, yeah.
You know, it's like, it is what it is, man.
Yeah. Agreed. So, look, last time we spoke, it was a very different type of show because Bournemouth, it felt like there was a bit of negativity around the place. And I think you said negativity breeds negativity. We just need to be more positive, and then we play and win on the Saturday. Can you come every week or what?
Yeah, a lot of people say, no, don't bother. And but no, I get it. I mean, I'm turned into a fan. I can't watch the games. I'm just a basket case.
Yeah.
I watch you lot and I'm going, oh, look at these fans. Well, you're like that. I said, I'm not. The wife will go, you shout. Who are you shouting at? I'm shouting at the radio, or I'm shouting at, you know, the phone. And it's like, I just love the club so much. I want them to do so well, like you all do. We all do. And it's so wonderful just to get over that negativity because there's a lot that we've done. I mean, to have those many years in the Premier League, come on, man, give your head a shake. I mean, where we were and always been, it's like, come on, you know, this is not real. And you have to take that with a little bit of kind of, you know, okay, this is fantastic. And when they get, which I'm sure they will, they get all the kind of the other things in place, the ground and the training field pitches would look absolutely magnificent, or will do. You know, we always said that we never left a legacy with Eddie, and because we're always spending the money on players just to stay in the Premier League, and I get that. But this is something that can be built on for years and years and years that you'll remember, or you guys will remember. I was going to say I'll be looking down, but I don't. I might be down looking up. You never know, do you? And I just find it exciting times for fans and stuff. And you know, and I see them at the games on your show, and I really like it. I like listening to the banter and the camaraderie and the comments. And some of the kids have probably got a little bit more to say than the adults. But it's very interesting, and so I get a whole different aspect of the game, even before I watch the game. And I can watch the game and go, just the extended highlights or whatever, because I can't watch. I watched a lot of the game the other night because it was, you know, I don't know where the hell I was, some hotel somewhere, and. I find Eddie Howe did that to me.
Yeah.
I said to Eddie, you turned me from a supporter into a fan. Thanks very much, Eddie. Yeah. I'm a bloody basket case now, you know. And I get it. I understand the mentality. But when you love the club and you love what's going on and what's gone on and the past and the history, and what this club represents, and I mean, it's got a good name.
Yeah. And
people like the people that are within the club. And I think that's, I mean, look, you know, with the Luton thing that happened.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. You know, not for Tom Collier, but certainly to bring things together, to bring people together, to bring Luton fans and say, hey, they're part of us.
Yeah.
Isn't that a nicer way to be?
I do agree. Tigz, I mean, it is weird though, because I feel as a club we have grown so fast, and we've spent all this money on players. And I, as a fan that was started going in the late 80s, I can see it from both sides. Because okay, we lose, say for example, 3-0 to Everton. You know, under Andoni, our form was pretty bad at one point. And on the one hand, I'm thinking, hang on a sec, we've spent all this money, we should be playing better than that. But then some people say, yeah, but 10 years ago you were losing 4-0 at Morecambe. It's all a sort of balancing act. Thankfully, it's come good, so we're not having those conversations anymore. But sometimes you do have to weigh it up a little bit. Think, we should pinch ourselves here. We're Premier League.
Remember where we come from. Absolutely. And I think Premier League's a funny old fish. Everyone's spent loads of money, haven't they? I mean, there's not a Premier League fan that wouldn't say that their team hasn't really, apart from maybe a couple. But it is a funny thing. What did you think about the manager change, Ted? The Gary O'Neill to Iraola? That was a funny old time, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that what he's done, it's not about getting players. Look at Manchester United, look at Chelsea. You can get any player that you want, but I mean, at the end of the day, that you can afford. But if you don't mould them into some sort of kind of style of play that you're trying to kind of relay, you struggle, because and that's what I never got when you were talking, that fans were saying, well, I don't understand and that's then I go back to substitutions and all the substitutions, because you can change the game and change the kind of aspects of the game, which was never the case years ago, because we're playing so and so next week. Okay, we have to play. We don't play a certain way. We play this way.
Yeah.
You got to watch him, or you got to watch him from corners, or you got
Everyone was sat with the 4-4-2, same.
Everyone's basically 4-4-2, and you got on with it. And but Iraola, I mean, I listened to his press conferences and stuff, and I think he's you can see the work that he's putting. And you can see that the players have bought into it. And I think the biggest thing in professional football is professional footballers, they're a breed.
Yeah.
And they'll see through you in 2 minutes. And they will destroy you. If they don't fancy you, for whatever reason, you're either going to get the blame, and it's going to be your fault, and it's one of them. They'll take 2 steps back and go, not me. Because professional footballers are looking after themselves and their family. And there's only so much that you are prepared to kind of accept this. Now, when it goes the other way, like we're getting now, I mean, I watched a lot more of the game the other night. God, Bournemouth look good.
Yeah.
They're fast. They're passing crisp. And I don't know what's happened to bloody Christie. I mean, he's from Inverness, like I'm from Inverness, and I'm thinking, this is either his brother or something, because this guy...
Different player, isn't he?
He's insane. He's so good.
Because he's playing in the position. Now, that's another one. That's coaching.
Yeah.
And going... You can't put round pegs in square holes and expect them to be terrific. It doesn't work in any aspect.
Like you in goal, Ted. Like you in goal.
Well, no, I did well. They bought me gloves the next week. Peter Benes. And no, I just find that it's exciting when you see them buying into something.
Yeah.
And they're quick, and they're aggressive, and they're pressing and pushing, and you can see everybody's got a role. Everybody understands their role within the group. Well, you're going to have some sort of. It's going to be cohesive. You're going to be together.
Yeah.
And you work in there. You know what your role is. You know what you're supposed to do. You know where you're supposed to be. I saw, was it a game last night or something, where everybody stepped, and this guy's back here on the line.
Yeah.
Remember that one?
Yeah, I do.
I mean, it's ridiculous.
I know.
How many times do you see fullbacks on the half term when the ball's coming over from the right, and they've got no idea what's going on behind him, This is professional football, is it? If you had a 13-year-old team, you'd be going ape shit with it.
You would, yeah.
Because that's Bobby basics, that.
Yeah.
They don't do it.
Do you think that gets lost, the basics, sometimes?
I think they think they're above it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, Raheem Sterling, I mean, he gets slated a lot. And he's been up and down, he's been around a long time now. But here's a lad that went to different clubs, Liverpool, and he couldn't do anything on his left foot. Well, why don't you work on your left foot then? You know, if it's your heading, why don't you work on the things that you potentially need to make you really, really top?
Yeah.
I always thought of that about, no disrespect, 'cause I think he's one of our greatest left backs ever, but Charlie Daniels didn't have a right foot at all, did he? He would do anything not to
Always
like,
get it
not
on
to
the
hit it
left,
with his right
always
foot.
get it on the left,
Yeah.
He would shape his body to hit it with his left. He wouldn't even think about shaping his body to hit it with his right, even though it would maybe be more natural for him to play it with his right.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
No, but I mean, you know, you get away with it to a degree, but if you want to take it on to another level,
Yeah.
Yeah.
you know, I mean, I can only look at what I was. I mean, I wasn't a good player, but I tell you what, I was kind of brave in the box. I knew what my runs were. I knew about space. I knew about angles. I knew about movement within 18-yard box.
Yeah.
That there's least amount of space anywhere on the pitch in the 18-yard box.
Yes.
So you have to be aware of your situation. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
And then the ball has to come there. If the ball doesn't come there, I've just made 4 or 5, not big runs, but I've made 4 or 5 runs to lose this central defender. And you didn't see it. And more importantly, you didn't see it. Now, I've played with loads of managers. Oh, God. Somebody said to me the other day about managers, how many good ones did you play with? I said, my God, they were crap.
Yeah.
And because I was such a volatile character, and I wanted to just, when I started off with this, I wanted to be the best. Now, when you play in a team, not everybody has the same aspirations.
Yeah.
You know, some are just retiring, want to have an extra year out of the contract, so on and so forth. There's different, you know. I want to be the best.
Yeah.
I had a desire to want to score goals. That's what I wanted to do, because I couldn't do anything else.
Yeah.
But that wasn't bad.
Yeah.
You were
Very good.
You were
Incredible.
you were a good Bournemouth striker. Another Bournemouth striker, but Tigz, I suppose we should talk about Dom Solanke.
I thought you were going to say Fletch.
He'll be watching. All right, Fletch.
He's a good lad.
Yeah, Dom. I mean, could he be, Ted, I'm going to put this to you, could he end up being, with no disrespect, man,
No.
the best that Bournemouth have had? I mean, has he got all the attributes, or what do you think?
He's got all the attributes, and all he needed was a manager or a coach to see where is. I mean, this guy's got tremendous strength. There's a reason why he went to the clubs that he went to at 19. I mean, the kid's only 26 now. For goodness' sake, give me a break. This kid has got everything. I mean, he's 6'2", whatever the heck he is. He can hold it up. He can go down the channel. He's reasonably quick, and you know, he's got all. He's got all of everything. Everybody could see that.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if you are the one who's crossing balls from the right wing to the box where, there's nobody in the box. Oh no, maybe you should be in there, but it doesn't get in there, and it's not encouraged to be in there, let's say. And now you're involved in, I mean, this is why they talk about assists. Well, assist is something you went to the doctor with and got later. You know, that's assist. I mean, it didn't mean
Didn't
anything.
talk about it,
That's
no.
an Americanism.
Yeah.
You guys make me laugh. You go like, I don't like all these Americanisms. Well, hold on a minute. Here we go. And the other one is, what's the other one? The stats.
Oh,
Stats,
the average
yeah.
position.
Oh,
isn't it?
come on.
Like XG.
Oh, come on, for God's
You're not a big
sake.
fan, Ted? You're not a big fan?
I don't understand that. But I do understand the stats. Now, I love the stat where we had 75% of the ball. What was the score? Oh, we got beat 4-0. Because you had it here in the 18-yard box, we're not going to do anything. It's taking you 20 minutes to get outside your 18-yard box.
Do you think there's too much new terminology? Low block.
Well, you use
number.
Of course. You've got all this stuff here. Look at this.
But do you think that the game has been unnecessarily complex? It's been made complicated.
It's a simple game. Simple game. Simple.
Yeah.
If you complicate anything in life, and you haven't got the kind of the qualifications in your head to take this in, it just goes push.
Yeah.
And when you're in a meeting and the players are looking at you, because now they've got an auditorium, I mean, just look. This is the one that makes me laugh. Here's the player going to come on, and it's not the manager who does it. It's some other person that's got a book with pictures. Now this guy's 10 minutes to go. 10 minutes to go, and he can't wait to get on. And he's got to listen to this shit. And he's going, yeah. And,
Got to do that. Yeah.
And you know it's gone, push.
Yeah.
This is a footballer, not a brain surgeon. And come on, man. That's ridiculous. Now, what's that for? Oh, well, they must be working on a lot of stuff here.
Yeah.
It's BS.
Yeah.
Remember Americans? Bull.
Yeah.
There's a lot of modernisms in the game. In fact, and it's amazing how kids tend to pick up on what happens on the pitch. I'll tell you, one of my friends that I play football with, he was saying that when his under-11 side that he manages, once they've played the game, afterwards, they're chatting to each other like this.
I'm trying to hide
on the parks.
I like that.
Isn't that ridiculous?
I saw that.
That's what they see.
But there's lots of them now. It's like, when somebody scores a goal, you used to be quite happy.
Yeah.
Great, that's good. And now you get somebody like Russell. What does that mean anyway? No, does anybody know?
No.
Has anybody asked him?
No, I don't.
What does that mean? And don't touch me. It's like...
Yeah.
It's the brand, isn't it? It's whatever you're trying to sell, I guess.
Is it?
Yeah, I think so.
I don't know.
think
I
that's
haven't got
what
a
it
clue.
is.
I watch this and I go, you're not happy you scored?
Uh,
Like you'd be jumping off the wall.
yeah, it's the best thing in the world. Yeah.
Score a goal. It's the end product.
Yeah.
Interesting. We were obviously it was sad that Gary O'Neill left, but I think it's clear now.
The time was right.
It's clear now that under Andoni I think we've got a new ceiling, which a lot higher ceiling under him, which is great, and I'm really pleased he's doing well for Wolves, like you say. And then we get results like you'd have been in the States when we beat Man United 3-0.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I mean, what's the impact of a small club like Bournemouth? I know they've probably got some coverage over there, but when they beat a team that big, is it big news?
Yes.
Is it?
Yeah. No, I mean, anything Manchester United does is big news. So if you're in that proximity of Manchester United because you've turned them over, that's going to... I mean, I go in the office and there's a lot of people in there and they're like, wow, that's like great, and I'm giving it plenty, and and everybody's, he's a Tottenham fan and he's a Chelsea fan and he's an Arsenal fan, and I'm going, I tell you lot, I said we're going to Europe, I said we've got a ferry that leaves the Isle of Wight and we're on our way. But you have to have fun with this.
Yeah.
This is great. And when I see, I spoke to somebody today, they run a massive big league down the south of England. 14,000 kids. Big for England. He got accosted. It was like, I think it was you, 11 or 12. He got accosted by the parent.
Yeah.
It's like, are you real? Yeah. This Giorinia. You heard that story, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that epitomises what's happening in America with parents. Because you know why? because the game is built on parents' money.
All right.
And if I'm paying you,
Yeah, you got to make sure.
I'm paying your wages. You owe me something.
Yeah.
That's a real different mentality, man.
Yeah.
And you don't see it so much here for obvious reasons, but it really, really, if you're coaching over there, which I did for a few years, and the parents are unrealistic. Like I said to a kid who's said 12 or 13, I had to work on the things that you kind of needed to bring to another level. Everybody could see that he was a good dribbler, or he was this, or he was that, or whatever. Fantastic. I'm not saying he's a bad player. I'm not saying he's a great player, which everybody does in America. He's a great player.
Yeah.
Well, how old is he? Oh, he's 7.5. You know, but at the end of the day, you know, they would say, well, everybody says he's a great player. No, I'm not saying he's not good. I'm just saying he needs to work on that.
Yeah.
It might be his left foot, right foot. It might be his engine. It might need to kind of whatever else.
Yeah.
To give him an overall picture of become better. I don't want to hear that. Well, I'll take him somewhere else that tells him he's great every week. Okay. And this is what happened with Rinya and the parents. Can you believe that? Now, I can believe it because I've been through it.
Yeah.
That epitomizes the whole thing. What happened with that? That was unreal. You're getting a lot of scoops here on this.
Yeah, it's good. there is a player that's come over. He's an American international, Tyler Adams. Obviously, he hasn't featured for us apart from a very brief. But we got a bit of press from an ex-American player, Alexis Lalas. You know Lalas? Yeah. And he said, I can't believe that Tyler Adams has gone to Little Bournemouth or something along those lines.
Little old
wasn't it?
Bournemouth, yeah.
Little old
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth. What a disappointment.
So because Chelsea spent so much money on those two midfielders, they wanted no part of Tyler Adams anymore. The latest on him, it looks like he might go to Bournemouth.
You? Really?
Yeah, that doesn't do much for you?
Why don't just do anything for you?
You got to look whose mouth things come from.
Yeah.
And he is absolutely pathetic.
Yeah.
He's absolutely pathetic. You ever seen him play?
I remember
With the
in the
little
World
goatee
Cup.
beard,
Yeah, I remember in the World
red.
Cup. Yeah, yeah.
He was yeah,
They didn't do very well, did they?
and he made himself into this opinionated person of who the hell are you?
Yeah.
Alexis Lalas.
Yeah.
I would love to have played against him. When it was on my pump, I tell you what, I'd love to give him. I'd be retaliating first on him.
Yeah.
And no, I've got no time for him.
I mean, will there be a lot of it? Because obviously Tyler's captain of the US men's national team, isn't
apparently,
he?
yeah.
And will it result in a lot of more American fans? I mean, obviously we've got the takeover anyway, but
Absolutely. I mean, what was the other lad? The younger lad, he didn't really play for us that much. He came over, he played
Emerson Hyndman.
Hyndman,
Yeah.
yeah. I spoke to him upstairs in the training facility. Nice kid, and because he knew about who I work for, because we do all the tournaments within the country. We do all the software and everything, and he knew about us, and this, with Tyler Adams' situation, something's not quite right with who wanted him to come.
Right.
Because it's 9 months, and he was injured prior to that.
That's right.
So let's say it's 12 months. How do you pay this is £22 million or whatever it was for us?
Yeah.
For us. Because were they worried about the Jackson situation?
Yeah.
Potentially, yeah.
Yeah.
Because he looked like he was going to be a player. But anybody who goes to Chelsea, this is a kiss of death anyway for a centre forward, apart from Didier Drogba. Mm-hmm. And who was the other lad they had? The guy that kind of bit people and everything. What was his name? Spanish lad.
Tevez?
No.
Diego Costa.
Costa.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thanks,
Correct.
Tom.
Thanks, Tom Jordan.
Hey Tom, jeez, welcome to the group. Yes, you start for 10. No, I think if you go to Chelsea, it's not great for centre forwards.
No.
But he looked really good when he started, and we were going, oh God, we missed out there, right? And now we're going, we missed out there, eh?
But it'll be a big impact that he has on us, hopefully, when he plays. And of course, this whole takeover thing. I mean, it's happened so quickly, and everything's happening. The training grounds going on. We're talking about stadiums. I mean, in terms of two owners, they're very different, aren't they? Maxim Demin was like to be behind the scenes, but he's quietly got things done. I think his priority was what happened on the pitch, and whilst they purchased the land at Canford, their priority was maintaining Premier League football. But with Bill, it's let's do everything.
And he's glitz and glamour, isn't he? Like, he throws everything out there and he tries to kind of get across this, I'm going to do everything, I'm going to make everything, I'm going to make promises. And
I mean, promises, and you're a Bournemouth fan, I wouldn't be making too many promises.
No.
But, I mean, this particular one has been phenomenal.
Yeah.
We look forward and we move forward, we don't look back, type of thing. And although they've done lots of it, it's only been little incremental steps they've done. Changing signage, changing this, changing that, and whatever else they've done with it. But I think I think he sees it. I think he sees what type of club. I mean, I think there's been mistakes made. Let's say at Lorient.
Yes.
Yeah.
They don't seem to be overly enjoyed. I saw a big sign behind the. I was watching some French, and it was like, "Fully out" or something.
Yeah, they're really
in English, and trying to make the point, and I'm sure he didn't want that. But certainly, I think he sees. I need to have a way to play that's exciting.
Yeah.
I need to believe in somebody that's going to take this club forward. I mean, it's my money. I'm spending it, and I like to spend it in a way that I'm enjoying it, not just to survive like certain managers do in the Premier League. I don't think it was ever about survival. But you have to build on the survival at the beginning to kind of give yourself that step to go to the next level. That's what we're trying to do.
I do get the feeling from him, I don't know if you agree or not, but he does seem to be in it for the enjoyment of it. Rather than we're not, because we're Bournemouth, and he's not going to make necessarily a huge amount of money, although the Premier League is obviously bringing a certain amount. He seems to be putting in as much as he takes out, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, I think you got to speculate to accumulate.
Yeah.
I honestly feel that I think he knows what he's doing, as opposed to the lad at Chelsea, let's say, who got involved in things which is you're going to get screwed, man.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know the market, you don't know them in anything, whether it be houses or whatever.
Yeah.
House over here is 500,000 and you've paid 700,000. Oh, I just like the house.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Fantastic. If you've got that money, that's good. But I mean, due diligence is quite a good thing too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And to actually have people that you trust to do the due diligence. And I don't think the lad at Chelsea had all that in place when he started to make all these 7-year contracts and stuff like this. I mean, how can you give somebody a 7-year contract when you...
Crazy.
Because of FLG. Yeah. So he's looked at that, I assume. I don't know, who the hell knows. But at the end of the day, I don't think Bill's like that. I think he's basically kind of... He's more studious, and he's more kind of... He's going to build on stuff, and we're going to be successful with blocks.
Yeah.
And, he hasn't gone for star players. He's gone for players that are hopefully better than what he had. And a manager who sees the potential in the players, and he likes the way he wants to play. And he's got a reputation because he's done due diligence to find out what this guy is like.
Yeah.
You can't build on something if you've not done the discovery.
Yeah.
There's three things in sales: discovery, your products, and a close. Those are steps.
Yeah.
You ever seen that film, The Wolf of
Wall Street? Yeah.
Sell me that pen.
Yeah.
I mean, this is quintessential sales. The quick story was like, got the pen, and a rookie will you'll say, sell me that pen. And they go, well, this is a nice pen.
Yeah.
It's it's this colour, and we do it in blue, and we do it in red. and a guy in sales will go, how long have you been looking for a pen?
Yeah.
How much do you normally pay for a pen?
Yeah.
Are you in the market to buy a pen? That's discovery.
Yeah.
Because how much do you normally pay?
Yeah.
Because I can't sell you $1,000 Mont Blanc
If you're not going to be in that market.
if you're looking for a biro.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, but I sell biros.
Yeah.
That's, you know.
This video is going out after the Forest match, which was on Sunday. We won't tell you the result. However, you were doing your research,
I was, yeah.
weren't you, Tigz?
Yeah, and Ted, because I was looking for games that you played against Forest, and you played in a very famous one, really. It was a FA Cup 4th round replay. You were Southampton. You play for Southampton, and you beat them in the replay.
Well, that's good. Sorry,
Yeah.
you can mention it.
Yeah. And then I think then the game after that, you then went on to play Manchester United in the 5th round, and then you took them to a replay. They ended up beating you, but they ended up winning it. So
Right.
that was good. But you played against Brian Clough at that time. He was the manager of Forest. You got any memories around that time?
Well, Cloughie was bigger than life,
Yeah.
you know. But then again, so was Bill Shankly and all the other managers that were that particular time, and they were just pieces of work in their own, you know, in good ways as well. And then Brian Clough, I mean, the story I related to is about the one where we went to, when I was playing for Southampton, we had a lot of kind of characters, shall we say. I mean, I was a character, but I was not in the same league as Osgood and Shannon and Bawley and all these lads. And we were staying away, and it's a time when you went to Pontins for 4 days because I think it was free. And they were in the same hotel, not in Forest. And they were training on the beach, and they were kind of working this, and they had this kind of trainer with a big stick. And one of our players, because they were drinking, because we watched him because we were drinking all day, and we were like, oh, look at them idiots. And then we gone there for a kind of basically a piss up. And what happened was that one of them got into his room and broke the stick and put it back on his bed and then walked out. So that caused all sorts of ructions, as you can imagine. So Bawley, in his inimitable style, we were all drinking, Osgood and Shannon and Bawley and all them were drinking around there. And we were watching this entourage of kind of minions who were basically getting Mr. Clough's bed out, you know, sunbed, and a towel and a pillow and slippers and whatever. And they were kind of fanning around him, you know, fawning around him. So Baldy goes over and he goes, hey, Cloughie. He said, get your ass over here, see the lads.
That's a great impression.
So he comes over. It was just fair play to him.
Yeah.
And he said, I couldn't play for you. He said, you're so-and-so destroyer. I couldn't play for you. And Cloughie went, I might not want you to play for me, son. It was great. He was classic, man. But he was strong, he was brave, and he was like, I'm not worried about you.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty good.
Well, it's one of these conversations that nicely segues into, obviously we just played Forest at the weekend. Brian Clough's got a stand named after him. You've got a stand named after him.
No, I've got a tent now. Ted's tent, isn't it?
There's
That's what I was told.
the Ted tent.
Ted tent.
That's what you call it as
I've
well.
gone from a stand with no toilets to a tent.
Yeah.
So am I working my way up or down?
Maybe a long.
Right, when we get our new stadium, would you? Okay, apart from your good self, apart from Steve Fletcher, are there any names, if they were to be named after any particular individuals, that you think should maybe be adorned on one of the stands?
I think for what Eddie did would be pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think everybody would agree with that. I mean, Eddie is. I love Eddie. I love the family. I remember the story when Steve, was it Steve? His brother, his stepbrother.
Steve
Yes,
Lovell,
that's right. Yeah.
Steve Lovell.
Yeah.
Steve is a nice lad. Well, I was at Portsmouth, and we paid £500,000 for Steve from Bournemouth to come to Pompey.
Yeah.
Remember that? And his mum came into my office. At that time I was a chief scout. Don't know why, we never had any money. I used to go around the country like, what am I looking at you?
Yeah.
And so she came in and she said, I'm going to put my son with Portsmouth, and the main reason is because you're here.
Oh.
And it's like, that's special.
Yeah.
And I always had this feel of warmth towards her and the family.
Yeah.
And Eddie, and I came down and did a talk when we were still in the championship. When what was the lead lad that played at fullback? He was Ian Hart.
Yes, Ian Hart. Yeah.
Ian, and I used to. You wanted me to kind of do this talk. To kind of, they're all the players are there that were playing at that time. Ian Hart and all them. So Eddie's going to ask me these questions, and it took a turn from the first second, which is quite unusual for me, really.
Yeah.
And he says, if you could do anything again to change, what would you have done? Pretty simple question, or any kind of mistakes, or you like to rectify it. So then, don't ask me why, don't ask me how. I had a glass of red wine or anything like this. I went, yeah, I would like to have been a better person. And I went, holy shit, what's going on here now?
Wow.
And what I meant by that, I think I'm a nice person, but because I was so single-minded, I didn't care about you. I think it was about me.
Right.
I didn't have enough time to worry about you and you and you and you. You do whatever you want to do. I'm very, very single-minded. I wanted to be the best goal scorer I could ever be. I wanted to break records. I wanted to kind of be like maybe what Haaland thinks. I mean, he not the same. Don't get me wrong. I'm not classifying myself anything like that. But maybe mentality-wise. And you've asked me the question. Well, when you scored the 9 goals, what was the score? 11-0. What was your feel? What did you feel about it? I said I was pissed off because I should have got the 11. I remember when Mel, he scored one of the goals, plonker. He made a run from a corner to the near post. That's my run.
Yeah.
And he got there before me and it went in. Wow. Fair play. But I was so pissed off.
Yeah.
Just change that, be a nicer person with it.
Yeah.
I don't think I was trying to be arrogant or anything like that. I was just focused to a degree where it was hurting me.
Yeah.
And I wanted it.
Yeah.
I wanted to be the best. And then, of course, when I went through the bad time at Man United and the bad time at West Ham, based on the next one, I'm really anti the press. I'm anti this. I'm anti that. And I'm like, if you ever see that one with the West Ham where I'm in the back of the goal and scored, there's like 5 minutes, like I'm pulling it next, giving it this, and I'm doing all sorts of stuff. And it's like, that's what I say. You score a goal, you're pretty happy.
Yeah.
So,
I'm not like I didn't do this.
No, not at all. So Eddie Howe's one of the. Who else would you have as named after?
Oh, it's
a
difficult
stand?
to see past Howe, isn't it? Really.
I know.
Yeah. I think Harry might have a.
Harry might have.
Yeah, that's a shout. Yeah.
Potentially. I think Harry's been a great advocate for the club.
Yeah.
I think he loved. He loves the club.
Do you reckon Tom Jordan should get a look in?
I would say. No. Funny you should say that.
Go on.
Because Tom, he's come up in my estimations by about 90%. Remember when I said to you, I don't like the way he keeps talking. Remember that? I remember it. and I'd had a couple of drinks then. That was at that do at the club.
Yeah, that's right.
And I said,
oh yeah.
Who's that other lad that's on with you?
Yeah.
I said, God, he's got a lot to say and a lot of kind of thing. Who the hell's he? And now he's like a rash. It's kind of warmed on me.
Oh, I love that.
And I love him. And, you three, honestly, I watch, every time it's on, I'm on. That's the first thing I watch, because it puts me to sleep. no, sorry, I should have said it. I should have said it a different way. I sleep better.
That's the time difference. That's all it is. The time difference.
I think it's so personalised, and it's you get into the characters. Like, I know his character.
Yeah.
I know his to a lesser degree because he's more kind of prim and proper, and I know yours. And he's all prim and proper until he goes, fuck, and then Tom's going, oh, can I kiss you again? And then go, oh Christ, he's slobbering again.
He's got his label there. He's got his right.
And then he's got his roll on. Yeah, how's that going then? And I can take you all off. And then the young lad is on there. He's good.
Yeah.
The young, what's his name again?
Ben.
He's really good.
Yeah.
And he's got this shit haircut. But he's great. And he's very. He's intelligent. You know, he's got things to say, and I kind of like it. You know, because it gives you different aspects of it. And all seriously, he's come on a ton. Because he's gone from a bother boy, and like a rascal, unless he takes his shirt off, and you can't do that. Keep your shirt on. Those white nipples are not good for you. and he's going, yeah, monkey, yeah. I'm going, here we go. And then the other one is, how many goals do you miss at half time?
A lot.
A lot.
Well, either you there's something missing and you're upstairs, or you're going, maybe I should stay.
I see more goals than most people because I go to every game, it's on fire.
Oh, not a Bournemouth, they're playing all the time under Gary. You didn't like that?
I didn't enjoy it, but I was still there.
Yeah, good. No, I get it. I think it's fantastic, and I think you lads do a great job. You really do.
Oh, I love it.
Yeah.
Love it. Thank you so much. Well, look, who have we got next? Well, Fulham, haven't we?
Fulham next, yeah. Cottage, yeah.
Yeah, we had like Thursday, and then Forest on the Sunday, and then
Back
like
to a
Fulham.
Saturday at
Yeah,
last,
you're
a
back to
Saturday.
Saturday games. You must hate all this kind of, like Sunday at
moving
1
around.
o'clock,
I
and
don't
then a
like
Monday
it.
night at 7. I mean, you're
Weird.
How do fans do? I mean,
well,
it's like
you must be waking up in the middle of the night though to watch games.
Yeah.
You know, it's not special anymore. It's like, those games today, games tomorrow, game.
Yeah.
Okay, miss a game. Get
But
the game.
more importantly, do you think? I mean, look, if Bournemouth beat Leicester, 90 minutes away from Wembley, how big would that be for the club? I mean, that'd be massive, wouldn't it?
I think where they are now as a boost would be phenomenal. I think just as a kick on, you know, especially coming to the end of the season, I think they're going to finish with 52 points.
Wow.
Which would be our best ever return. That'd be amazing.
I kind of looked at that today because I don't have a life, and I think that the three teams that come up will go down. I've seen Luton's games, and as well as they're doing, don't get me wrong, I think Forest will be all right. I think Everton will be okay unless they get, something happens to them.
More deductions.
Yeah, more deductions. But I think that the two teams that are there now, Sheffield United and I just can't see them. 10 points and 12 points with 16, 17 games to go I think that's a big ask. And I think that if we can, I think it's gone up to 3.1 million as well from the Premier League. I think they just changed that. I read that today. You know, the kind of the placing.
The placing's going up each place.
It used to be two,
It used to be cut
used to be
from
couple.
three, yeah.
I think it's 3.1 now.
It's a big
Well,
difference.
I mean, that's a lot of money for
Huge,
for a club
absolutely
like
huge.
Bournemouth.
Yeah.
You know, and you finish 12th or whatever. I mean, you're talking a nice amount of money. And you know, I think it's going to be interesting to see how this Ramin Fall. I don't know anything about him, and the centre forward that they've got. Have you seen his record?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Pretty good.
Yeah.
Really good. Over the last two seasons.
Yeah, well, he had an ACL as well. So
He did, yeah.
welcome to Bournemouth. Then you should be good.
Join the club, yeah.
Yeah, we've had one or two of them.
You know what, Ted? We had at the club there was that 100th. What was it? 100th year celebration, Neil.
Yeah, 100 years since we were elected to the Football League.
Yeah, 100 years since we. And Fletch did a quiz, right? And one of them involved you.
Oh God!
And said, I think it was what was the first? I think he said North. Did he say Northern or Northwestern? No, he said Northern. What was the first Northern club that you signed for? And I said Man United.
He was at Liverpool.
Yeah,
first, wasn't
I did. Yeah, I don't know what. I just lost my head. And you know what? I also did wrong as well. One of the questions was, in what year were the club formed? And I got that wrong as well, even though it was on the wall. 1899. I said 1896 or something. Yeah. But yeah, no, I thought of you then as well.
My first manager
having a mare.
Was Freddie Cox.
Freddie Cox, wow.
Freddie was a nice man. He was in that. He had the mohair suit on in the MGB GT, and he had the news agents at Charminster. That was it. Yeah, Freddie did. Yeah, he's a lovely man. Freddie was. But I had a lot of time for him. Nice person.
But the bottom line is, Tom Jordan is the brains, and if he was here, I think we'd have probably won that quiz. But never mind.
No, he's pretty switched on.
He is pretty switched
on.
I'm
winding him up, but I mean, you know,
He loves it.
No, he loves it. If he doesn't, he can piss off.
I love it. Ted, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on. Thank you. And it's good to have you in the midst of good times with the club as well, because last time it was not so
I think it's great for everybody, and you can't say you deserve it, but I think we deserve it.
love it.
You know, it's been a journey, and but keep walking the journey and keep taking the shots, because at the end of the day, you know, it doesn't come to you. You have to work at it, and hopefully get good people in charge. People that see the vision, see the club, and don't go certain ways where, you know, you don't have historians.
True, yeah.
And you don't remember the history of the club. You know, and this club is special. This club is special. And don't forget that.
Perfect words to end on. Ted, it's been a pleasure. Thank you
so much, sir.
so much.
Thank you very much.
Tigz, it's been great. Thank you, sir. It's been lovely.
Enjoyed it.
And thank you as well for watching. Really appreciate your time. We've got the preview content coming up for Fulham, West Ham away day coming up as well. Loads to look forward to. But until the next video, up the cherries.
The Cherries.